All right, let's talk about something that can literally change your life: mastering your emotions. We're going to dive into some amazing insights from Eric Robertson's work and break down how you can stop being controlled by your feelings and start being the one in control of them. So, let's jump right in.
You know the feeling, right? That moment where just one emotion takes over, and suddenly you're not thinking straight. Maybe you say something you instantly wish you could take back. It's that overwhelming feeling where logic just completely checks out and this intense emotional wave takes its place.
Well, there's a name for that experience. It's called the emotional spiral, and it's basically a chain reaction where one feeling triggers the next, which triggers another, pulling you deeper and deeper down a rabbit hole you never intended to go down.
And this, right here, this is a perfect map of how that spiral works. Just imagine it. Something totally unexpected happens, that's the surprise. That surprise might make you do something impulsive, which leads right into regret. Then, that feeling of regret can start to sour and turn into anger, either at yourself or somebody else. And if you don't know how to handle that anger, it can easily transform into fear as you feel the whole situation just getting bigger and bigger. And the final awful step? That fear eats away at everything and leads to a total breakdown of mistrust. It's such a destructive little cascade, isn't it?
So here's the absolute heart of the problem. When we're caught in that spiral, we are not making logical, rational choices. Not at all. We're just acting on pure impulse, driven by this storm of feelings. And that's exactly what leads to those bad decisions, those moments we all wish we could rewind. But what if you could stop the spiral before it even really gets going?
Well, you can. And the ability to manage your emotions, it's not some kind of magic power that you're either born with or you're not. Nope, it's a powerful skill. Something you can actually learn and get better at. And it's the key, really, to getting through these situations without things blowing up.
This skill has a name: emotional intelligence. You've probably heard it called EQ. And this is the framework that helps us understand what's going on inside our own heads so we can take back the controls. So what is it exactly? Well, at its core, emotional intelligence is really about three things. First, just being aware of what you're feeling in the first place. Second, being able to actually control or manage those feelings. And third, having the ability to look at other people and understand what they're feeling. It's all about perception and management, both for you and for others.
And this slide just nails the difference it makes in the real world. Someone with low EQ, they react impulsively. They're just a passenger in that emotional spiral we talked about. Their emotions are in the driver's seat, and they usually end up making a bad situation even worse. But someone with high EQ, they respond with awareness. They're the one managing their emotions and their actions, which lets them actually influence things for the better. It's the difference between being a victim of your feelings and being the director of your own actions.
Okay, so how do we actually build this skill? How do we raise our EQ? Well, it's not just one thing. It's actually built on 5 separate pillars, 5 core skills that all have to work together.
And here they are, the 5 building blocks: self-awareness, self-regulation, motivation, empathy, and social skills. Now, for today, we're really going to hone in on the first 2 because honestly, they're the foundation. Everything else is built right on top of them.
It all, and I mean all of it, starts right here: self-awareness. You literally cannot manage what you don't even recognize. It's about being able to pause and say, okay, what I'm feeling right now isn't just bad, it's disappointment. It's about getting specific. This is the bedrock for everything else.
So once you're aware of what you're feeling, the very next step is self-regulation. This is where you go from just knowing what you feel to actively deciding how you're going to respond to it. This is the skill that stops that emotional spiral dead in its tracks. It gives you that crucial moment of choice so you can pick your actions instead of letting impulse win.
Now, to get better at both of those things, awareness and regulation, it really helps to simplify. Because you and I, we feel so many different emotions, right? Joy, jealousy, grief, excitement, the list is endless. But what if I told you that according to this framework, every single one of those feelings stems from just 2 primary sources?
That's right, just 2. Everything you have ever felt, all the crazy complexity of human emotion, it all boils down to an interplay between these 2 core drivers. Pretty wild, right? Ready to see what they are? Okay, the first core emotion is love. Now, think of this in the broadest sense possible. It's the source of all your positive feelings. Connection, joy, confidence, satisfaction. It's the force that pulls us toward growth and connection. And the second one is fear. This is the root of pretty much all the negative stuff: anxiety,
Anger, sadness, regret, it's what pops up when we think we're going to lose something or when we feel threatened. So every complex emotion you've ever had, like jealousy, for instance, is really just a different combination or imbalance of these two fundamental forces, love and fear.
Which brings us to this really powerful idea to wrap things up. No matter how complicated our feelings might seem on the surface, the path to managing them, that journey to a higher EQ, it always starts in the exact same place, by looking inside and just acknowledging what's actually there. It's not about judging your feelings as good or bad, but just understanding them.
So I'll leave you with this question to chew on. If you were to draw a map of your own common feelings and reactions, what would you see? What are your personal patterns? Your go-to spirals? What are the core drivers in your own emotional world? Because understanding that map, that is the very first step to being able to redraw it.